Hi friends, welcome back. So today I'm bringing you guys another video, and this is going to be like a full face of first impressions, except that it's not a full face of first impressions. It's more of like a trying out new Sephora products. I'm basically going through everything that I purchased in my haul video and using as much of it as I can, of course. The only things that I'm wearing that did not come from my Sephora haul, which by the way, I'm gonna link the Sephora haul up here, but the only things that I used that did not come from that haul were the contour, bronzer, and a blush that I used. Everything else is brand new. Not my eyebrows, of course. That's the same thing that I use every single day. But everything else is brand new, except also for lashes and mascara. But I feel like those things don't count. And liner. But I feel like those things don't count, okay? So like the more important things, those are all new. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see how I got this look using new products, and if you want to see my first impressions on these products, then please just keep on watching. So since we're testing a new foundation, I don't really want to do anything new for a primer. I want to use something that I already know works. Plus, I don't have a new primer. But I'm going to use the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer to prime my face. I'm just going to apply this into my T-zone just because I already know like how this works, how this primer works with my other foundations. I am going to moisturize my lips really quickly. They're kind of dry. I'm going to use the Clarins Instant Light Lip Comfort Oil in honey. Every time I take this out, I spill some of it. Like every single time, without fail. So for foundation, I'm going to be testing out the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I have mine in the color Syracuse. That's usually the color that I am in Nars foundation. I don't know why I thought that looked different. I'm taking my damp beauty blender and I'm just going to blend this in. Right off the bat, this blends very easily. I would say this has like medium to full coverage. Maybe even just full. So far, I do feel like that's like a satin to dewy finish. You could see it's like a little glowy. So like very first impressions, I have to say, I actually really like the way that this looks. It looks kind of more dewy than I'm used to, but I mean, it's called Natural Radiant Foundation. So like, what was I thinking was gonna happen? But I definitely don't think it looks natural on the skin. Like I think this looks like almost full coverage. I'm just gonna do my brows off camera, and I'm also gonna prime my eyes off camera because I don't have a new primer. But then we're gonna dive into something so exciting. I'm so excited. You guys just wait. Just give me 1 second. Please hold. Okay, so my brows are now done and I did already prime my eyes. So the palette that we're gonna be playing with today, I'm so excited. This is the Mothership 5 palette, and this is from Pat McGrath. This is what the inside looks like. This is her like most recent Mothership palette, I believe, and I don't own any of the other ones, and I've never really tried anything from her brand, but when I saw this palette, like I just knew that I had to own it, and I'm so excited to play with it today. I didn't touch it because I wanted to do everything. I wanted to do like an entire look with you guys, and I know that I didn't really haul this in my video. I actually hauled 2 other eyeshadow palettes, the Natasha Denona Cranberry palette, but I have like a totally separate tutorial I want to do with that palette. And then I also hauled the Huda Beauty, the Rose Gold Remastered palette, but I feel like this would be more exciting in a first impressions. Let me know if you guys still want to see a tutorial or a video with the Huda Beauty one. I could definitely do that. But for today, this is what we're using, and I am so excited. So I'm just gonna dive into it. I'm just gonna grab a fluffy brush. This is by Morphe, but there's no name on it. I think this was from like a special edition holiday collection or something. I'm not sure. And I'm gonna go into the color. There are no names. I'm just gonna point. I'm gonna go into this first color here. It's kind of like the only transition color, and I'm gonna put this into my crease. I'm so excited. That could work. Maybe not on like fairer skin tones, but I think that could work. I did not set my base, by the way. I never do that. I know that a lot of people do that, but I have never been one to do that. I never really understood the premise of doing that. So in case you're wondering, why didn't I zoom you in? I definitely meant to do that. I'm so sorry. So this is what the eyes look like with that transition shade down. Nothing crazy, nothing mind-blowing. I don't really know what I was expecting, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna go in and cut the crease off the bat because there's really not too many matte shades to work with. So I'm gonna grab this deeper shade here And I'm gonna use an Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12. Yeah, number 12. Number 12 brush. It's like that dual-ended brush meant for eyebrows, but I use brow pencil. I am just going in, and that is pigmented. See, that I feel like is more pigmented than like a traditional eyeshadow. Usually I have to dip in like 15 times and like boom, I'm already done. So I'm taking this BH Cosmetics and it's my Ray Ray number 9 brush. This is what it looks like. Can you know? I'm gonna take it with the exact same color that we just used and kind of start to blend this upwards. So now I'm gonna go in with an E25 by Sigma. You guys already know what this looks like. It's not like you've never seen it. And I'm gonna go in with the first transition color that we used. I feel like if you're paying so much money for a palette, it should probably have the names inside, like just a suggestion. So I'm just gonna take that and start to blend out those edges a little bit more. I'm kind of really focusing this right on that line and then just blending a little bit upwards. And damn, that color is very pigmented. Going back in with that original Morphe brush with no name, no additional product. We're just blending. Going back in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 angled brush, and I'm gonna pick up this last matte shade in the corner here. It's kind of like a deep plum. It's definitely deeper than the other 2 shades that we used. And I am just going to apply this on right directly onto the line that we already drew out. Usually I'd be upset that a palette doesn't have a matte black. You guys know that's like my number 1 complaint about like 90% of palettes. But this palette, I feel like because it has this super deep purple shade, it doesn't really need one. I mean, I'd still honestly like one. And if you look, as I'm drawing that, that looks pretty damn dark. That almost looks black. So grabbing that BH Cosmetics brush again, and I'm gonna grab the other shade, not the purple one that we just used. I'm grabbing this shade again. I'm just going right over that line and kind of flicking upwards again, but also kind of doing blending motions, like windshield wiper motions. This shade is so... The colors, the mattes that I've used so far, like look at that. That looks like it's like 15 different shades. And they're so intense and just pigmented. Going back with the Sigma E25 and a tiny little bit of that transition color that we used. I'm just gonna blend that even further. And even if it looks a little weird, like if it looks a little bit kind of random, once I clean it up and everything comes together. I'm going to clean up that cut crease line. I'm using Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC. I'm also using a BH Cosmetics brush. This is just a random flat brush with like a slight angle to it. We are just cleaning this up. Don't worry too much about the outer corner because we are probably going to end up covering that with shadow anyways. I'm going to go into this color right in this corner here. And I'm going to start packing this on like the inner third of my eye. And I did not wet my brush at all, but I have to say, right off the bat, that's so pigmented. That is so crazy pigmented. So what I'm going to do next is go into this gold shade here. This one right here. And I'm going to put that right on the center of my lid. I'm just using the exact same 242 brush by MAC. I don't know if I even told you that I was using 242 brush by MAC, but that's what I was using, and that's what I'm still using. I kind of really wanted to go into the red shade, but I don't know, I felt like with this cut crease it might have been a bit much. I'm gonna grab the Real Techniques Instapop crease brush, and I'm gonna take the dark purple shade that we used in the crease. I'm just gonna start popping this on. Look at that. Popping this on this outer corner here. You guys can like see how pigmented this is, right? Like I'm not making this up. I really hope I'm not making this up. Try not to go up farther than the cut crease line because then you're just gonna make a whole hot mess. Especially with these eyeshadows, they're so intense. I'm gonna go into this color right here next to the red shade, and I'm gonna try, because this color looks like it's like a top coat or something, so it's very glittery. I'm gonna try to put this right on top of this innermost corner, like right on top of this color, and that looks really cool. I'm gonna line my eyes now. I think I'm pretty much done with everything that's going on so far, so I'm just gonna throw on some wing liner. I feel like this look desperately needs wing liner, so I'm gonna do that. I'm just using my same old NYX matte liquid liner. This is the same one I use all the time. Okay, so I have my wing liner on. I have to say I do have a lot of fallout from that glittery shade that we applied on top on that inner third. I have some like on my face down here. I have some transfer into the crease. We're gonna move on to concealer. I have two concealers. I still have not decided which one I want to use. I think I'm going to end up using the Huda Beauty one. I have the Huda Beauty High Coverage Creamy Concealer, and I also have the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. And I've heard so much about this one, but this one just intrigues me, so I think I'm going to end up using this one. And also I'm using the powder from Huda Beauty, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this one. I have this in the color Granola. I'm gonna start off with like that much on each eye, which for me is a little bit. It looks to me like it's gonna be super duper high coverage, but again, I don't know. This is so hard to get like a good application. It is very cooling though. Oh damn. Oh god, oh no. That is like, that's aggressive. That coverage is aggressive. It feels very thick also, like on the skin even. It's very like thick. I'm gonna set that using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder, and I bought mine in the color Kunafa. It looks super yellow, and this packaging is actually pretty messy. This is what it looks like, by the way, the color. And this is it on my beauty blender, like yellow, literally yellow. So I'm just gonna I don't know. This powder smells more like the foundation than the concealer does. So far this color looks super yellow and ugly. I did like bake a little bit with it, so obviously there's still some remnants of powder, but it looks ridiculously yellow. So I'm gonna go in with this BH Cosmetics number 5 brush in collaboration with It's My Ray Ray, and just see if like dusting it away will make it better. I don't know about that powder. I feel like I'm gonna have to keep playing with it. I think it just made my under eyes look more dull, but I do like the concealer so far. I'm gonna do my lower lash line. I'm taking the ColourPop cream gel liner in, oh, this is the wrong color, in Swerve, which is the black. I had Stomper, which is like a super dark brown, but that's not what I wanted. I want black. So I'm just gonna apply this. This is not a first impressions. I use this and I like it very much. And I'm gonna go into that purple shade that we used on that outer V. So I'm gonna run this right underneath the black. Okay, first of all, what did I do in my inner corner here? Can we talk about this? Like, you can see that purple shade against black is almost undetectable. Pat McGrath, like, what did you do? I love it. I'm grabbing a pencil brush. This one is the ColourPop E10, and I'm gonna go into the transition color that we use, because I think if I went into this one, it would be a little too dark. I'm gonna use that to kind of blend out this color. And even that color, you can see it when I apply it. Like, you can see the actual shade instead of just looking at, just seeing like the smokiness. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna grab this red shade here with the ColourPop pencil brush again, just so I can kind of bring some warmth into the look, into the lower lash line. I don't know if this was the right idea. That was definitely the right idea. That looks really cool. So I like that lower lash line. I like how that looks. I'm gonna grab a small brush. Where is that brush? This is just like a rando no-name brush, and I'm gonna use that color that we use on our inner third, and I'm gonna work that onto my inner corner. I'm gonna be very generous with this, very, very generous, especially right there where I messed up. I'm definitely gonna cover that. I started zooming you out and then I forgot that I have to put lashes on. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna use my favorite AZ lashes by Priscilla Nicole. This is what it looks like right here. I don't know what that spot is. You know what? I think that's just rando glue in there. Here's a better look at the lashes. I don't know who I thought I was showing you like that before. I'm not using a new mascara. I don't have a new mascara. I don't care that much about mascara. I probably will stick to my L'Oreal Lash Paradise forever, but I'm using the Milk Makeup Kush mascara because I purchased it and I'm not just gonna let it go to waste, you know? I don't really like this mascara that much, but like I said, I don't care that much. So I'm just grabbing my lash. I did trim off a lot of this, by the way, because they were super long. Okay, so the eyes are all done, and as of right now, I am loving them. I really wasn't interested in anything new for contour, bronzer, or blush. Well, bronzer, yeah, but I returned it. So the contour, I'm using my NYX Highlight and Contour Palette. I've been loving this again recently. I went a while without using it, but I'm back into it. So I'm going to take this color here, and I'm using the Real Techniques contour brush, which I've also been back into. And I'm just going to contour. This foundation, I feel like, is kind of emphasizing some texture on my face. And I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I do know I should be upset about it. But other than that, I think it looks so beautiful that maybe I'm not that upset. I'm going to contour my nose, and I'm going to use the shade right next to it. So this is the shade that we used before. This is the shade that we're going to use now. And I'm using the BH Cosmetics. It's my Ray Ray number 8 brush. Why'd I have to flip it upside down to see the 8 properly? For bronzer, I'm using ColourPop Rodeo Drive again, which is just, I've been obsessed with this bronzer. I just love the shade of this. I think it makes me look so sun-kissed. So I'm using that with the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH02, which is also my obsession for bronzer. Like, to me, there's nothing better than this brush. So I'm just gonna bronze the skin, and I feel like I look kind of pasty right now, so I need this. I need this right now. For blush, I'm going to use the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural by MAC in the color Sun Power. And this is just like a very like warm copper almost kind of a blush. And I think that looks so good with like these intense eyes. Plus, I didn't want anything so crazy. I do plan on using an intense lip. I don't know if that's going to actually work out. But in my head, what we're doing is using an intense lip. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is actually what's going to happen, but we'll see. So now for highlight, the things that we're going to be testing out are these Artist Couture Diamond Luxe Luminizers. I did pick up all 4 shades. I think I only hauled 2 of them, but I did end up picking the other 2 up. And I did end up returning Sex Posé because it was broken. I think I'm going to go into the color Glow Money, which is more of like a yellow, like an actual yellow shade. I feel like because of that inner corner color that we have, maybe that'll look super cool. I don't know. I'm using the Morphe M510 brush, which is the brush I always use to highlight. And I'm just gonna go in. I'm excited. Okay, so that's definitely yellow, but it's not so yellow that it looks yellow, if that makes sense. It's definitely a yellow tone highlighter, but it doesn't look like that Rihanna, what's the name of that? Trophy Wife. It doesn't look like that at all. It definitely looks more of like it could actually be a highlight. It's just a little bit more yellow tone. I'm gonna grab a random BH Cosmetics brush. This one doesn't really have anything on it, any markings, and I'm gonna take it on my Cupid's bow and down the ridge of my nose. I'm gonna just like do one of these to wipe off my lip product because I definitely don't want that to stay there. That like lip balm. I do really like it though. It's very sticky when you wipe it off. So I feel like it's a good base for any type of lip product that you're gonna go in with. So for my lip color, one of the most exciting things to me, I don't know if I'm actually gonna end up using this color. I think it could definitely work because this is kind of like a neutral, but like it's not. This is gonna be the, what is this called? The Stunna Lip Paint by Fenty Beauty. And I'm gonna use the color Uninvited, which is the matte black. I'm not even lining my lips or anything. I'm just going straight in. Oh God. Oh God. It's so intense. Obviously it's black. This is gonna be so weird. You guys are gonna judge me so hard, but this is like tickling my lip right now. Like as I'm putting it on, like it literally tickles. I really like this doe foot applicator. It's kind of easy to get like a precise line.
That's not dark.
So this is the finished look. It's very, very intense, but I really love it. I have to say, out of all of the makeup looks on my channel, this is definitely one of my favorites. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. I'll leave all the information down below, as well as everything that we use in today's video. Let me know, what did you guys like the most from this video? Leave me a comment down below. If you guys liked the highlighter the best, or the lipstick the best, or whatever you liked the best, leave me a comment. I would love to know what you guys thought performed the best. And I think that's all I have to say. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hi friends, welcome back. So today I'm bringing you guys another video, and this is going to be my holiday 2018 anti-haul. I'm so excited.